Hello and welcome back to Organic Cardboard. My name is Owen Kneep, and today I'm doing another unboxing video. I had kind of a back-to-back. I just did one of Earth Abundance, and now I've also got way too much Boss Monster in. I don't know why I got all this stuff, except that I will say I do like Boss Monster. It's a fairly lightweight in the sense that it's not a very serious game. It's got some complexity to it, but it's a game that I got like as like maybe one of the early games that I got when I was getting in the hobby. It was easy enough to find in big box stores. I can't remember if I got this in a big box store or if I ended up ordering it when I originally got it, and I've kind of been collecting it over the years. They keep putting out little packs of cards for this and little packs of cards for that. I do like the art style a lot. That's definitely one of the reasons why I was kind of dragged into it. And I think this is probably the last thing that I'm ever going to buy for Boss Monster. But Super Boss Monster came out, and it's so it's just now getting to our hands. I think we backed it sometime last year. In fact, I'll probably just throw it down right here what that date was when the Kickstarter ended. But yeah, so this came with like a big box to hold everything in. It's got all the room for the new content, all the old content. I picked up all the little promo stuff that I could have gotten with it. And yeah, again, it's too much Boss Monster, but I got it, and we're going to open it up. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got on the table here. And I'm going to have to pull this back out just a bit, because I had a smaller box on the table earlier. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got over here. It's a fairly good sized box. I did get content not only for Boss Monster, but they also have a promo pack for the Overboss Duel, which again, I don't know why I got it, but I just did. I totally did a FOMO purchase, I think, on this one, just because. I don't know. Collectionism. This is one of the last games that I'll be, again, like in this collecting habit. So I'm going to pull I'm going to have a bunch of little stuff here. I'm going to kind of pull it all out. But we can kind of tell this is nicely wrapped, more or less. Bubble wrap here. Bubble packing. I even got neoprene. I never get these mats, but they fit in the box, and I only got enough that would fit in the box. So there was extra ones that you could get to that fit the full player count, but I am not a big fan of neoprene mats most of the time because you usually have to store them outside the box, but this will fit all in one big box. So I'll get this all out and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, alrighty, so let's see what we got here. So we've got a few little packs of cards. This is the Void tile set for Overboss Duel, which I may or may not end up getting. I do have the other Overboss, so I thought maybe I'd throw this in with that if it'll fit in the insert that game comes with. So we won't worry about looking. I mean, there's not too much to see there. If you know Overboss, you probably I've seen this before, but this was a promo pack, I think, that came out probably with the original Kickstarter for Overboss Duel. So it's just some new tiles to throw in with it. So a couple packs of cards, neoprene mats, the actual Super Boss Monster game. This is quite a bit larger of a box. I wonder if, well, I guess it's because it also comes with some mats and stuff in it. Yeah, I'm assuming this wasn't like a deluxe version of the game. It's cool. It does look just like an old Super Nintendo game, doesn't it? It's pretty neat. I do love the art style. It was definitely a big attractant. So this is the big box then that'll be holding all of my Boss Monster stuff in. And currently, I wonder if I have it accessible. Currently, I do have, let's see, somewhere in this mix of stuff, this pile of games that I've got here, I do have the original Boss Monster box. I think I can reach it. Yeah. So this originally held all of the content for Boss Monster, but it's kind of a crappy box. It's like this, it's cardboard, which I guess most all boxes are cardboard. Let me get all these games out of my hand. All these little games. This is my little game cubby. All right, we'll just shove them in there wherever they'll fit. And yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of those old school like Pokemon card boxes or whatever. It kind of has a little flip thing. It's a little janky. I've got some stuff separated. I've got like my favorite cards already separated out into one of the other game boxes that the original 3 series of Boss Monster came in, because it was like kind of my travel set. But this more or less held all of the content together. So now we've got this pretty good size box here to hold everything in, the Boss Monster big box. So this should hold like all the neoprene stuff. It looks like it shows all of the stuff that it will hold on the back of it as well, so you can kind of see all the different content and stuff that it would normally be able to hold, and it shows how it all packs in off the side there. So so I think maybe for the very first thing, we'll go ahead and just get this guy open and take a look and see what all we got in here. Okay. Again, way too much Boss Monster. Maybe I'll get it out and play it a little more. This is, again, somewhat of a light experience of a game because you don't want to take it too seriously. There's a decent amount of randomness and stuff that comes in the game, but there's also a decent amount of strategy. It is fun. I do like the game, so I'll give it that. So we've got set combination guide. So this should explain like any cards that might have to get taken out or you know, placed into it or whatever as you go. Yeah, it says if playing with everything together, remember to only play with one set of heroes, yada yada. So we'll be hanging on to that. And then we've got some nice kind of not quite game trays, it doesn't look like, but you know, similar enough game trays. They do come with these little kind of worker meeples, these little minion characters. Kind of look like old Magi or something from like original Final Fantasy. So that's one of the new mechanics with the Super Boss Monster. Most of the game is pretty similar to the old one. And it looks like they gave you a 5th and 6th player minion home. So they got maybe a little addition where they didn't really add that. I don't know when you'd play this game with that many people. It's more, I've always enjoyed it most at 2. I played it at 3. I think it plays pretty terribly at 3. I think it'd probably actually play better at 4. It's just the way that this works. So these card dividers are nice and thick. Let's see if I can maybe I can pop this over here where we can see this a little closer. So these are plastic. They're pretty heavy, like vinyl or whatever they're using, but nice solid card dividers. And they look pretty. They got all the artwork and stuff from probably, yeah, I know I recognize some of this stuff. There's the little, looks like the guy from Adventure Time. Yeah. And then that's always a favored card. It's like the baby gold dragon or whatever. But yeah. Those should do quite nicely to hold everything together. I wonder if this is like a promo pack of cards here. Yeah, because I don't have the the main game open yet, so I do have a little pack of probably promo cards that came with the big box is what it looks like. So we've got some extra monster types. These look like alien monsters. This is usually for the bigger games. I would like to see if they added the aliens in in the smaller game counts, because you used to have to play in the higher game count. I think 5 players maybe to be able to use those, at least 4. And I never play at that. These cards feel, yeah, they're still pretty basic. I thought they felt a little nicer at first. The bear market. Yeah, so we got a few different items that we can throw on these heroes. Some mini bosses. Yep. All right. So let's continue on. See what else we got. So we've got a lot of card divider spots here. It's going to take a while probably to get this all packed away. I did give you one neoprene mat in here. I believe this is an addition to the board. So yeah, this looks like, gosh, this is for 5 and 6 players maybe. So maybe that is the only time you are still using the aliens. It looks like they've got like kind of an alien spot here. I did always want to play with those more often, but you couldn't really mix those in the smaller games very well. So we've got spots for all these neoprene mats. Here's the game board, it looks like. So at least I've got a premium version of Boss Monster. So this is the Super Boss Monster board. So in this one, it has little spaces for you to put like your normal stuff playing in the normal game, and then it's got these extra buildings that your little minion can go to, I think, to give you extra benefits, either by giving you extra icons to use to attract heroes in with, or some other extra benefit, it looks like, off to the side. Maybe you can place them in one of those each turn. I'm not sure exactly how that works just yet. But yeah, that's the neoprene mat. It's nice, pretty vibrant. It's actually a little more vibrant than it looks like on the screen in person. Okay, and then we've got some wood bits. So these are counters. I think a lot of the counters on the old ones, I used to just, I don't even know if they came with them. You had to, like, I would just use like a red die most of the time to count up any extra buffs or debuffs on the rooms. Just adding extra hearts. It looks like maybe this is for health, and maybe this is for damage in rooms. And then we've got big chunky icons for the different attractants for the heroes. So it looks like you got one of each of those. And there should be a loot bag in here too. Yeah. These are big, nice, thick pieces. They kind of have that, you know, theme in with the pixelation. They're nice and chunky, big pieces there. So we'll just swipe those away into the bag. But otherwise, I don't see much else going on in this box right now. It looks like they gave you a little bit of foam here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to stay. It'd be kind of odd that they wouldn't just make the box the right size. I guess maybe to fit the cards the right width, they might have just left that little piece of foam just to keep everything nice and tight in there. So that's the big box. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the actual Boss Monster, Super Boss Monster box for the new game. The newest version of Boss Monster. All right. Oh, we'll see what we got in here. We got a big old long rule book. That is 24 pages if you count the back. Nice glossary in there. And all your basics stuff. A lot of good pictures and things to show examples of how everything's set up. So that all looks nice and appropriate. We've got Super Boss Monster accessories. I guess this is to entice you to buy the big box if you haven't bought it yet. And it looks like they gave you that 5th and 6th player edition here on the back of this little pamphlet, but I'll probably end up tossing this away because I probably don't need it anymore. These look like, yeah, these were promos for other games. I can't remember what this one is, but this is like what game this came from, but this is like a boss version of some characters that represent the boss monster world in this other game that I do not remember what it's called. It's a career card for somebody. I do have this game. This is for Dungeon Cart. So that's just like one additional extra to throw in there. And then it looks like this is for Duel, for Overboss Duel. So another reason why they're trying to make me buy Overboss Duel. They didn't give me one for just regular Overboss. Okay, and then let's see. So we've got cardboard chits for all those wooden bits that I was showing a moment ago. So we got all those. We have the board, which I don't know what I'm going to do with this board since I've got the neoprene that fits in the other one. Maybe I'll end up, it always feels gross to have to toss something like this away, but I might end up tossing it away. But this is the exact same thing we saw in the neoprene for the big one. And then it's got a solo mode on the back. I don't remember seeing that on, yeah, okay, yeah, this has got a back to it as well. So they do have the solo mode on the neoprene. So again, probably not going to ever use the cardboard if I've got the neoprene. And I've got a big box to hold it all. So these are the other minions. I guess that big box just had the 5th and 6th with it. It looks like some kind of maybe first player marker here as well. Then we got some nice metal coins. Nice thick metal coins. Just kind of look like they should have chocolate on the inside of them. I don't believe they're going to, though. Looks like there's only enough for one for each person, so I'm not sure what the coin is. Maybe it's like you only get to use one at a time at some point during the game, because it's only got 6 in there. But they all have the same front and back to them. I mean, the back is different than the front, but they all have the same front-back combo. All right. So we've got some packs of cards here. It looks like I've got some holographic ones, some shiny ones along with it. You know, I have yet to give these cards a smell test and see what they smell like. Yeah, not terrible. Kind of like crowns a little bit. I always got to take a look at that. Oh, let's go to the close-up again. But yeah, we've got Kyrax. Has got 1 million experience points, so he's kind of crazy. His level up, looks like the minion gains one of every different type until the end of the turn. Except it doesn't have the treasure on it. It just, oh, the treasure comes with him, so he's always got an extra treasure icon with him. We got Paper Croak, just like Paper Mario, the unnamed Swan Boss. So this game is pretty comical with some of the different characters. They get the narrator, otherwise known as the unreliable author. So these are different monsters that you can be. Feaster, Oculus, Belladonna. I feel like they had Belladonna before. Maybe Belladonna, maybe they didn't. Maybe Belladonna was only in the Dungeon Cart, and then I think maybe in Overboss as well. So yeah, here's a non-foil version of Kyrax. And it looks like we got some different spells. Sandstorm, Adulthood, Disaster, Firebolt, Easter Egg. And then we have the different epic heroes, the adults. Mirror Monk, Owl Brothers. So this is Brotherwise Games. So this is a reference to those two. And then Shorelings. Okay. All right. Take a peek and see what we got in some of these other cards. See if I can get this. I can never open these things without a knife. I mean, I can, but it just takes forever to do. I always put those little things on there to make it seem like those packs are going to be easier to open with them. So we've got multiple just, I guess these are just generic clerics, initiates, cleric, fighter, fighter, fighter. But they do all have, yeah, no, they're not all generic. They do have their own little flavor text underneath them as well. Like Scoff, the beast trainer, going against the traditions of her community, Scoff chose to befriend the beast, terrorizing her town. And you got a bunch more characters like that. Some mages. And these, a lot of these have reference to either pop culture or something that has been in a previous video game somewhere. Layabout. So then here's the monsters. Lost one. His ooziness. Cerebellus. Emperor Dodo. We got Queen Croak now. Quite a few different monster types though. Porcus Doom. That Mega Porcus. Alright, and then we've got Monster Rooms, Psychic Stall, Summoning Circle, the Reanimator, Emporium, Support Glass. That's kind of funny. The Ghastly Call Box. And then we've got the Shroom Man Farm. I like how they do this on a lot of these cards. It's the exact same card, but they'll do like a different artwork on it. So here's like the shrooms being grown, and then here's the shroom coming alive, and it's killing the guy that was growing them. Got the break room. So yeah, it looks like most of these have doubles on them with a different type of art on the second one. Monster trucks. So this is all typical of all of the other boss monster kind of random style rooms that they decided to put in here. You got the cursed statue of King Croak. And then we've got one more pack of cards, and that'll be it for the main portion of the game. I actually threw quite a bit of this content even. I wasn't sure if I was going to end up showing all this stuff. But it looks like it's actually not that bad to get through. Got a bookworm. Classic bookworm there. Different kind of worm. Wind up trap. Firebomb storage. Anvil. A captive black hole. Kobold Union's always fun. This guy, I don't know if you can see that on there. He's got a little picket sign that just says more gold on it. The kobolds want more gold. They should have another one that's like a union busting room. They got the minion arena. See, this one's got 3 different cards with it for the artwork change. Here's some spells. Bad advice. Here's his bad advice. Yeah, jump over that bridge, and then the next one's, the bridge is gone and he's fallen into a bunch of spikes. A lot of silly content. Let's see, chill, archaeology. No clip hack. I wonder what that's in reference to. Looks like this guy's jumping off of the card. We got some of the heroes showing up here, the epic heroes. All right, I think that's about all of the cards. All right, so let's see what else we got here. I've got 2 more little packs, and I think that must be it at that point. I think that's all I got. I got a bunch of little things that came together for this, and I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like this is boss monsters, like original boss monster stuff. Probably both of these are. I'll quickly run through those real fast. We'll take a look and see what we got. So these are reprints. So some of these I think I probably already have. Some of them I had to, you know, like I tracked down from other places, and then there were some that I think I could only get by getting this pack. So I decided to go ahead and grab it. So these are just some different special cards. Bossy, the hellacious cow. The Brothers Wise. I think I got this card, came with maybe a dungeon cart when I got it. So yeah, I do recognize some of these. I think this one came with Overboss. I did back both of those as well. I know I have the Overworld Gate from something else, but a lot of these I don't have. Haste definitely came from Dungeon Cart. Got the Go-Kart, universal item. Wonder where that came from. Also Dungeon Cart, I would assume. And then I'm not sure what this pack is. Probably just some other special ones, promo ones that came from somewhere else. Phoenix Feather, Power Armor, Mana Potion, Golden Coin. Gotta get the Loyal Steed. It's not Yoshi, it is a bird. Got a little Scorpion reference with the Get Over Here. All right, so I think that is all that we got here. So again, way too much boss monster, way too much boss monster. But now I do have all of the content. I do somewhere, did I knock it off of the table? Somewhere I've got a whole nother set of, oh, there they are. So I do have a set of all of the player mats in neoprene. That was one very last thing then that we haven't shown just yet. So we'll take a peek at those and then we'll be done. We'll see what kind of unique artwork they have on these. So yeah, this is kind of cool. You got like a neoprene mat for each of the player areas. Again, way more than I'm used to having for boss monster. This is usually a pretty small game to carry around. So there is a little bit of different artwork on these. Slightly different. Mostly a color difference. But they got a little bit of difference with, like this one's, well, I guess these are fairly different in the background when you really look at them. These things stink. There's the last one. So yeah, kind of can almost see them all together here. All right, way too much boss monster. All right, well, I think that's about everything that I can see here that's worth pulling out and showing for you today. But yeah, that's Super Boss Monster. Hopefully it's a fun time to play. Why did I get all this? I don't know. Impulse buy, call it that. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy this unboxing video of Boss Monster and Super Boss Monster content. If you do enjoy this kind of content, you know, a couple of those little free clicks on the screen really helps support out channels like mine. I appreciate it so much when you do. But as always, do what is right for you. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.